This is video number 6 from my nutrition class on minerals. If my lecture slides are not in the order I'm showing them, then look at them out of order because I think selenium should follow iodine. And the reason is they both have the similar situation where if you don't live on the coast and you don't consume seafood, which is a good source of iodine and selenium, your soil may not have access to it. I have a little map here of the US. Look, there are even parts of California that can have very little selenium. And if you actually raise animals on that soil, like free range sheep or free range cattle, it's pretty standard actually to provide said animals a supplement in their feed. The selenium is used in many different enzymes in the body, and it's also used in thyroid function. Students will typically give that as an answer. But for my class, the major thought is antioxidant enzymes. Vitamin C and vitamin E and a little bit beta carotene, the plant version of vitamin A, those are without question antioxidants. They act chemically, those vitamins, as antioxidants. There are enzymes in the body that also act as antioxidants. They detoxify, if you will, radical species of oxygen or other molecules and thereby kind of help the body defend itself. Many of those enzymes require selenium. Do you not get enough selenium? It's kind of like manganese. It's kind of like iodine. It's kind of like copper. It's part of that whole forgotten nutrient. Nuts are a phenomenal source. Seafood is a great source. But if you don't eat seafood, maybe leafy greens have some, but it has to be in the soil. It's not as widespread as it could. It's the one argument I give people for a multivitamin. And again, I'm not saying you need a multivitamin. I don't take one every day. I teach this class. But if you wanted to make an argument for a multivitamin, then your argument would be, I take a multivitamin because it has selenium, copper, and like manganese and boron and some of these weird microscopic microgram amount of minerals. And this is a microgram mineral. You don't need that much. Concept of the multivitamin concept, and that would be one reason why you would take it. B1, B2, B3. I know you're getting that from food. You're getting those from Cheez-Its, for goodness sakes, from ramen. So it isn't as widespread. It has to be in the soil if you're eating the plants from the soil, or if you're eating seafood, it's fine. Now, the deficiency, where is my deficiency? I don't have, oh, yes, I do. The most famous deficiency of selenium is called Keshan's disease. And it's a region of China that happens to have very little selenium in the soil. It will cause a scarred heart. I don't believe humans actually can get Keshan's disease. I don't think they can. But animals certainly can. You can actually have your grazed animals get very sick if you're trying to graze them on plants in a selenium deficient environment. So toxicity for selenium is usually either extreme to supplements or environmental. It can cause nerve damage. It can cause garlicky breath, things like that. And that's all in my notes, by the way, for this slide. So that's selenium. And the last one's fluoride. Fluoride is a funny nutrient in that, we call it essential, but is it really essential? The way fluoride works is this. For example, you brush your teeth and you use toothpaste that has fluoride. You spit out the fluoride. You should not be swallowing fluoride. You spit it out, toothpaste. You swallow indirectly a little bit of fluoride. It gets into the blood via the GI tract. It actually gets embedded into the structure of your teeth and helps make your teeth more resistant to bacterial decay. It doesn't form some sort of antioxidant barrier. It doesn't kill bacteria on contact. It changes the structure of the teeth slightly. If you were to swallow your toothpaste or get too much from underground well water, and there are parts of the country that have extreme levels of selenium and it's not healthy to drink that water, then you also change the structure of the teeth. That's called fluorosis, and it changes the color of the teeth. If you could use a microscope and look at your tooth under a microscope, you'd see all these little pits and little kind of indentations because you are adding too much fluoride to the structure of the tooth and replacing calcium and making the teeth a little more brittle. So it's just a little bit of fluoride in the bone that gives the benefit. Many parts of the country do have fluoride in the drinking water, so that's not a big deal. It's fluoridated water. California, I believe, has it. Brushing your teeth, indirect swallowing, seafood. They say it's in tea. They say it's in like grape juice. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think for the vast majority of adults in America, they're getting it indirectly from from their toothpaste. Um, if you never received fluoride ever in your life, and you had good dental genetics, and you brushed your teeth, and you never ate sugar, would you need it? I don't know. I really don't know. I bet there are plenty of folks who went through life on Earth before we had toothpaste, who didn't eat a lot of fluoride, who weren't near the ocean, and just had good dental genetics and didn't eat sugary foods and cleaned their teeth with like a stick or a toothpick, and they never had cavities. It's the kind of funny thing. It's certainly essential because we eat crappy and we don't take care of our teeth. Okay, and these are all the sources. Again, is it really in grape juice? I don't know. I just really don't know. There are extra sides that I have for students. One's on copper. I think one's on manganese. These are those kind of minerals that are the forgotten minerals. It's hard to teach them. There's very various needs and different sources. Nuts and seeds, though, you can't go wrong on nuts and seeds. Sunflower seeds, cocoa, almonds, Brazil nuts. Those are all really good sources of these trace minerals. So that's it for the mineral slides. This is, I think, video number 6, and that is it for the minerals.